Our next speaker is certainly a champion for EITC. I was fortunate to be in Johnston recently at an event to oppose the repeal of the Affordable Care Act, and he was throwing down quite hard in terms of some of the nonsense that we're hearing out of Washington. We are, as the governor said, we are very, very fortunate to have him as one of our champions in our congressional delegation, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse.
Thank you, Ben. And indeed, nonsense is what so much of it is. They're actually kind of flooding the zone with nonsense so that people only pick up on half of the nonsense that's being done. But I have confidence that in the long haul, the press and the American people will keep track of what is going on, and that as the months go by, his popularity, which is already appallingly low for a newly inaugurated president, will continue to decline, and at some point there will have to be a correction. Certainly, I think my colleagues, my wonderful colleagues in Congress, Jim and David and I, all share the view that on the Republican side of the House, they have absolutely nothing to replace Obamacare with. They've marched into a box canyon, they've got no way out, and it's going to be a fine mess for them, and if we stick to our guns, they will ultimately have to come back and say, okay, let's be productive here, let's be cooperative here. And our position is, we will work with you as soon as repeal is off the table, as soon as it's making health care better for the American public. So it's great to be here with our outstanding governor and with our wonderful congressmen and with Providence's mayor, and the treasurer has joined us, Seth Magaziner, wonderful, and Senator Golden. Thank you. I want to echo the governor's remarks to the agencies that are here, the Community Action Association, the Economic Progress Institute, the United Way of Rhode Island Community Care Alliance. She nailed it. We count on you more than ever, and I hope you know that we will do everything to have your back in the way that you are having the back of the people who count on you across this country, and particularly here in Rhode Island. Barbara Cottom, thank you. Citizens is here year after year after year. I don't know whose idea it was to leave the Woonsocket Museum of Work and Culture and come here, but I can't tell you how many times we've gone there, and there's been Barbara and there's been Citizens. So really, really grateful to her and to Meg and the IRS for helping to support getting the word out. I really appreciate it. Somehow she worked her way around the gag and the ban that seems to have descended on the federal government in a dark cloud. I thought Iron Curtains were something that happened in the history and in Europe, but now we seem to have an Iron Curtain falling around the federal government. So the EITC, the latest year that we have info for it, is that 84,000 Rhode Island families took advantage of it. 84,000 families. And they each got over $2,000 on average. $2,264 to be exact. So that injected nearly $200 million into the Rhode Island economy. The problem is only 4 out of 5 eligible families took it. So if you do the math, if you get that additional family in, that 1 out of 5 family in, then we could add another $50 million injected right into this Rhode Island economy. And these people need this funding, they spend it, it goes straight into the stores, it goes straight into the markets, it goes straight into the economy, and it enlivens what our governor is working so hard to do, which is to put Rhode Island on a strong economic path. So let's all pull together. I want to close with a particular thank you to the news media for covering this. You getting the news out about this is one of the very important ways in which families can learn that they have this benefit available to them, and it lifts all boats in Rhode Island when they take advantage of it. Thank you very much, and thank you, Ben.